I hope you fuckers are ready, cause we're out here for the fucking hunt, and we're out here to hunt some preds, alright? And this one's coming from EWU Body Cam. Predator school counselor realizes he's been caught. Now, I'm not gonna waste no more time. I can tell by how your jaw dropped. It's your Uncle Lou.
What crime am I being suspected of?
Crime?
Yeah.
Okay, well, right now would be a
I can't wear this shit.
offense.
He was pretty upset.
With the
Said
headphones
he had
on,
every
okay.
right to put my face through my.
Yeah, there's something weird about this guy. Okay, well, right now would be a potential offense.
He was pretty upset. Said he had every right to put my face through my.
Yeah, there's something weird about this guy.
He liked the attention he got from female students that he worked with specifically.
I'm gonna be honest with you, up. This is grooming behavior.
Did you ask him if there was ever anyone else? Other students? Yes.
On April 5th, 2023, the Mason County Sheriff's Office in Shelton,
I'm just already knowing, man, before we go down this rabbit hole. It's just, this is so frequented at this point. It's just so fucking tiring, dude. Grown ass people, bro. Grown ass people want to cosplay as children, want to be around children, want to be cool with children, want to have a relationship with children. I don't get it. I don't get it. And all of this stuff has come out for decades, but like the evidence is coming to the forefront this decade. And people are still out here moving like this.
Washington, is called when a 15-year-old girl fails to return home after a run. Using Find My Phone, they go to her last known location and discover a grown man hiding nearby in the woods. As shocking as this is, the man's true identity and the scope of his other indiscretions are even more disturbing than anyone could have imagined.
It is her school counselor.
The following is based on a
Like, oh my gosh, is this little girl okay, bro? Because her parents went to go find her just off the phone location. Imagine if they didn't have that. Like, with her school, the counselor, the one that people go to confide in about things that they're going through in school, or maybe they want to confide to them about life. That's who they turn to inside of school. So if they can't go to them, who can you go to? I say don't trust anybody, for real.
official police records released to date, and some of the footage has never been seen before until now. When her daughter didn't come home after a run, the 15-year-old's mother and stepfather trace her location on Find My Phone to a road near their house, arriving just in time to see the teen walk out of the woods. They soon realize that a man is hiding somewhere deeper in the trees. He only emerges once they've taken the keys to his motorcycle, where they had been left in the ignition, and called the police. Now that a deputy is on the scene, he approaches the man.
How's it going? You got ID on you? Is there any reason that a school counselor is meeting with a 15-year-old girl outside of school up in the middle of the woods?
I have reason, yeah.
Oh my gosh. If you don't say some fucking Breaking Bad, cooking up mess shit, you're fucked. This is ridiculous. What reason do you have to be there? What's the reason? I'm confused. What possible reason are you counseling her? You're counseling her in the woods. Okay.
Okay.
It's not what they suspected to be.
Okay, well, here's the deal. I've been doing this job for 7 years.
Sure.
And you hiding in the woods tells me otherwise.
Sure.
So,
Don't agree with that.
you don't?
No.
You really don't think that it's unprofessional that you're up here in the woods with a 15-year-old girl?
I would say that
Oh man. Yo, he's doing the cosplay hard. He's got his nails painted. He got his little dangly ear. He's trying to look young as fuck, bro. He's trying to look like these new kids nowadays. That's sad as fuck.
I crossed the line professionally. I would say it's not what I think you're insinuating it to be.
Okay.
The deputy returns to his vehicle, relaying the information he's
Professionally.
uncovered so far.
So this 15-year-old girl was up here in booty shorts And parents came up, found a street bike near where her location was showing. She came out of the woods and some male had ran off and hid in the woods. It's West Govey. It was initially called in as a welfare, that they were worried about the daughter. The reason was they came up here and found a bike, and then a male had ran into the woods. Daughter's wearing booty shorts. The male finally came out. It is her school counselor. He is 29 years old. It's
Older than me, bro. You too old to be doing this shit, guy. That is actually crazy. Actually crazy. Genuinely ridiculous. Like, it's not even Eminem. It's like Feminem. You get what I'm saying?
Samuel Caffey. They've been thinking something was kind of weird between the interactions between him and their daughter. They said he finally came out of the woods after they were up here for quite a while. He came walking back out to his street bike here.
The girl's parents told the deputy that they had waited for about an hour for Sam to finally emerge from the woods. Her mother had first become uncomfortable with her daughter's relationship with her school counselor in mid-December 2022.
So they kind of knew about this shit. I'm pretty sure they told this little ass girl about being around this goofy. People love to call it grooming and all that shit, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like around the time I was 13 to whatever age, there was no such thing as fast people, fast dudes and fast girls. That shit exists. Now, did they know any better at the time? Probably not. But you know good enough to stay away from certain people. And you gotta give them that as well. Like, it's wrong. But the adult, yeah, you're fucking crazy.
She was missing a significant amount of class time and spending it in Sam's office. The first week of January, she went to the school to address her concerns, only to discover that her daughter was with him in his office at that very moment. At the scene, the deputy speaks with the teen's mother and stepdad to establish more of the story about how they ended up here today.
Your daughter's just hanging out in the back of the car.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of go keep an eye on her. I don't believe there's anything she has that she can, herself with, but she's said it multiple times because she didn't want us to find out who she was in the woods with. And we said, hey, if he's an 18-year-old boy, we'll be gladly give him his keys to his car back and we'll leave.
When you got here, where'd they go?
I don't know though. An 18-year-old, bro, if she 15, that's still kind of like, I found that strange when I was in school and shit. Like a 2-grade gap is like, that's huge at the time. When you get older, like if it's like a 30-year-old and a 27-year-old or a 23-year-old and a 20-year-old, it's a little different. But I don't know, bro. Like that's still a little, because when you're younger, you age so rapidly. You age in rapid succession. The difference between 11 and 14 is a lot. And then 14 to 17 is a lot. You get what I'm saying?
When I pulled in, walking, and I said, well, whose bike is this? And she said, oh, I don't know. But then she went and took her phone off of it. And I said, well, you know whose bike it is. Like, whose house, whose property is this? What are you doing? Who are you with? And, they wouldn't show themselves. They were hiding in the woods. And I thought I was going to come up here. Maybe she got hit by a car. Or, who knows, somebody pick her up. Yeah. I'm freaking out. She's not picking up. Her phone's not even moving. And
did she drive up here or did?
No, she said she was going on a run.
And that's the problem. Y'all believe anything these fucking kids say.
Stop it.
Y'all believe anything somebody will tell you, bro. Now, I don't know the context of their relationships and how that dynamic work, bro. But you would know if your daughter really be running or not. And if you know she out here moving all weird like and shit, bro, you gotta put that shit on lockdown. You're not going outside, bro. I'm sorry, you're not going outside. And if you go outside, we're gonna get the police to come after you and get your ass.
I don't know if she hopped on that bike and came up here, if he picked her up and brought her up here, or if she actually ran her little butt up here and met him up here. I don't know.
Though they wouldn't discover this just yet, right before the deputy arrived, the 15-year-old messaged Sam on Snapchat, writing, "They took your keys and got your license plate, and I don't know what to do." Investigators later discovered a note underneath this message reading, "You changed chats to delete immediately." The other messages exchanged between Sam and the student would paint a horrifying picture.
I know I'm being asked to stay, right? I guess I wasn't directly being asked to stay, but I know you have my ID and my...
Yep, you're not going nowhere.
Sure.
There's 2 detectives on their way up here. They're going to be coming up to talk to you.
Sure.
So just hang tight over next to your bike.
Okay.
They're going to be here soon.
Okay.
And the detective sergeant is contacting the school to find out as to why you're up here with a 15-year-old girl hiding in the woods.
Bro, him nodding his head in agreement is just pissing me off. Like, it's pissing me off. You're about twice her age, literally. Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm cool. You see, I'm cooperating. I don't got nothing to hide. Yep, sure. Fucking weirdo.
So you can go and wait over next to your bike.
Ugh,
One last
fuck.
question, if I may.
God, I just got the ick.
Being suspected of?
Crime?
Yeah.
Okay, well, right now would be a potential offense.
Sure, yeah.
And what
Was he smiling?
evidence to put me other than just the circumstances?
So,
is that what it is?
Okay, let me, before you try to YouTube lawyer it up, let me inform you right now, based on reasonable suspicion,
Sure.
which is Terry v. Ohio,
That's what
I can reasonably detain you for the time being for an investigation. You were up here, you're 29 years old, you were a school counselor. You were up here with a 15-year-old girl that is wearing very short shorts. She was hiding from her parents. She came walking out, most likely from the back of the bushes, wherever you guys were. Her phone was sitting on your bike. You were hiding in the woods for almost an hour. So, based on that information...
he thought they was gonna go away. What the fuck? He lucky they ain't going after him.
This time, I am telling you, you are not free to go.
Yes. Understand.
Okay. Yeah. Wait next to your bike.
I will. Thank you.
Hey, Jeff. Yeah, there's something.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh fucking no. I'm sorry. But this some motherfucking bullshit right here. If I ever seen some bullshit, it ought to be this thing right here. You got this fucking jackass, and he's trying to pretend like he's cooperating with the law enforcement. You're not fucking going along with this shit. You fucking jackass. Pissing me off. I ought to stick my goddamn snake boot up your fucking toot. Fucking restart.
Weird about this guy. He's weird. He's smirking when he's asking if he's free to go. I'm informing him no. He's asking why not. And he's sitting there smirking.
Following this
He might got a
discussion,
gun on
a
him.
decision is made.
Do you have your cell phone on you? Let me see your cell phone. Based on exigent circumstances and the fact that you could be destroying evidence of a crime, taking your phone for the time being.
He probably did. He probably had it either.
Yes. Have your daughter's phone?
It isn't long before the detectives arrive and the deputy briefs them about the situation.
But his behavior is off.
Sam is brought into a vehicle to speak with investigators.
That picture is
He's
hilarious.
Mirandized and tells them that he's been a high school counselor at Shelton High School for 7 years. He works...
Bro, how do you become a counselor at the age of 22? Shit, maybe 21, bro. He probably got his degree or whatever the fuck, but like, that there should be like some age discrepancy when they put people in these roles. Now, I get it, age ain't gonna make it any better. A 40-year-old or a 45-year-old could be on the same type of timing. But come on, bro. Just look at him. I wonder what he looked like around that age. Probably try to look the same.
Specifically with the freshmen overseeing about 400 students.
Because of
My accent,
age, demeanor.
I can explain. Billy Ray Cyrus.
I'm the softest landing, meaning I'm the most approachable. I come from a place of really like soft-heartedness. They were like, you should be the freshman guy. So I usually pick
And he works with
a handful of
freshmen?
kids that I really deeply invest in.
Sam explains that the 15-year-old girl is one of those students.
So what brings you then to where we're at here?
Yeah. One of my students that I've gotten to know really well, who's in my like DBT, dialectical and behavioral therapy group, who's somebody who comes and checks in with me pretty regularly. And so she recently had some kind of abnormal home situations. And so we've been staying in better contract electronically about what's going on.
Sam tells them
Through Snapchat? Through Snapchat. First of all, why you even got each other on Snapchat? I don't understand that. If my teacher gave me Snapchat back in the day, I would think that she's trying to fuck me. I'm just keeping it real. Instagram, Facebook, all that shit. Matter of fact, I don't even want your number, ma'am. If I had my teacher's number, bro, that's why you guys have they have like communications through school apps nowadays. I'm pretty sure even more than when I was in school.
That the abnormal situation was an argument between the teen and her mother.
She ended up, in her words, punching a tree and showing me pictures of how bruised up her fists were, her right fist was. And then she sent me a picture of her bruised forehead from her and her mom both said that she had smashed her head into the wall repeatedly because she stated that they were not listening to her.
Sam reveals that this isn't the first time he's been in trouble at work because of his inappropriate behavior with students.
That was a conversation that I had with HR and my evaluator earlier this year, because I was allowing students to reach out to me via Google Voice and Instagram to be able to get a hold of me when they were having problems and going through things.
Investigators reached out to Sam's now ex-wife, Rachel,
Wow.
and she told them she always had an issue with Sam's boundaries with his female students. In an EWU exclusive
Ex-wife? Let's go ahead and see what this one's talking about.
interview, Rachel discussed a
Cause she got to know some shit about him, like very closely. You know, you already heard the goddamn narrator say that he fucking gets too close to the students. It affected their goddamn relationship. Kind of jackass does something like that for children. You know, I remember watching. All right, fuck, goddamn, fuck. I remember watching this movie, Juice. Juice is one of my favorite like pastime movies from back in the day. It's got Tupac, Omar Epps, but Omar Epps' character Q was smashing his teacher, bro. And before it got revealed, he pulled up to her apartment or whatever, and then like her ex-husband or husband at the time was saying something like, "You taking this save the kid shit too far." And I'm like, bro, he tripping. Literally next scene, he fucking comes and just kisses her and now they in the bed and shit like that. I'm like, whoa. Nobody, but that was in the movie. Nobody said shit about that. It's the same shit.
particular incident between
Same
Sam and a
shit.
different student than the one he was caught with.
But she had said a few inappropriate comments, and I had come back with, hey, that like makes me uncomfortable. That should make you uncomfortable. Why haven't you said anything? Because letting it slide communicates that you like that attention from her.
Of
And she
course.
should be, assigned to someone else, and he didn't do it. He would have a game theory over Discord late at night. So it was, I think it was late Friday nights or something. But sometimes he would be up until like midnight. I get wanting to like do this thing with your students, but that's pretty late.
So there was one parent that had agreed initially, and then at one point they said, yeah, I don't feel comfortable with this anymore. Mr. Caffey dropped an F-bomb, and it sounded like they were talking more as friends than as a counselor, and I was willing to submit records of all the text message exchanges to try to state it, that there was no malfeasance here, and that's not what they were looking for. They just needed to document that they had that conversation, and they reviewed what grooming policy looked like as well as electronic communication, and they had asked me to cease electronic communication with students, or else further disciplinary actions would happen. And I did that with some students, but not all students.
Okay.
And that's kind of what led me to these circumstances here.
In her interview, Rachel shared that even Sam's own friends had noticed something was off.
One of them had said that they always got a weird feeling that he liked the attention he got from female students that he worked with specifically.
Sam, when you're ready. Now, did he write that? Or did they write that to him? Like, either way. But it's worse if he wrote that to them. When you're ready.
So let's talk about these circumstances here. What's going on here today?
Yeah. I talk pretty regularly.
This is a massive understatement, as will soon become clear. Sam reveals that he mostly communicated with the student over Snapchat, but also spoke on Instagram. After the fight with her mom, Sam claims the student said she wanted to talk to him.
I feel like he was kind of like wanted to be like a white knight and just kind of like
Walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the night, just to let you know. That's like, I guess that's the lure though, man, because that's not a bad card. I could get if that's coming from your literal counselor, but he's cosplaying as a counselor to get around these kids.
save them all.
He's
was kind of
LARPing.
the impression for a while.
Yeah. I suggested that I come out and check in with her, and I initiated that.
Okay. So why the personal check-in when you guys had clearly been communicating via social media?
It's different face-to-face.
Okay. How did you know where to pick her up?
Because I have access to her address, and I had...
Via the school's database? Okay. Is that something you're supposed to use for off-duty purposes?
No.
According to the school's IT department, the last time Sam accessed the school's student database was back in March, meaning that he hadn't recently looked up her address.
Tell me about what happened when you showed up.
She said that she was going to go on a run and that she was going to meet me at her mailboxes.
Okay.
And so I drove and sat and saw her run by the mailboxes, and she saw me, and she ran up to me. And then she was worried, and we were worried that Mom and would come by the driveway and see us, and she was worried about that. So she hopped on the back, and we puttered up here.
Okay.
To the woods. To the wood. How you see how he's trying to justify it? Like, oh
we
god.
pulled off. And then we stood and we talked.
Sam claims that they were only speaking for 10 minutes when the girl's mother and stepdad arrived. However, the fact that she was gone long enough for them to become concerned puts this statement in doubt.
And so I stepped forward and hopped into the bushes.
Why'd you do that?
1, Mom wasn't aware that we were up here. 2, my fear was I've already had a conversation with my district and my HR around student contact, and that this clearly put my job at risk.
But you knew this.
You come out and say, hey, it's me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
How far into the conversation was that?
He had shot his personal weapon into the air twice.
What do you mean personal weapon?
He had a firearm, and so he shot his firearm twice on 2 different occasions.
That had to be disconcerting.
Definitely was.
Was he saying anything when he did that?
Yelled out, she's 15.
According to police documents, they found casings on the ground near the mother and stepdad's vehicle. It was soon after this that Sam finally came out of the woods.
I just said, hey, it's me. Let me explain myself.
Did he?
A little bit. He was pretty upset. Said he had every right to put my face through my...
The teen's mother and stepdad revealed that this wasn't the first shocking incident involving Sam. On January 27th...
Bro, he's lucky they didn't put a bullet up his asshole. Literally, dude. Like, you've already had the conversations. The mom was already going to them about you. They had a hunch about you. And not only did you prove them right, you proved them extremely right. So I could imagine everything that led up to that moment where you're in the back of the bushes. Bro, the second you hopped out, would they have been wrong? Legally, it wouldn't have been justified in court or whatever the fuck you call it. But morally, would that have been wrong to put a couple caps up your ass? I do not think so.
In 2023, a few months earlier, they had taken their daughter snowboarding when Sam seemed to show up randomly and attach himself to their group. He made 3 passes down the mountain with them. The stepdad said that he wouldn't let the girl out of his sight during this incident, but saw that at one point the 15-year-old noticed she lost her nose ring, and Sam took out his earring and gave it to her to wear. He also took a video of her snowboarding on...
Is that even fucking sanitary? Like, I know people be with the rings and all that shit. I don't do the rings, bro. But like, you lost your nose ring, so he gives her his earring to what? Dangle it off her nose like a booger? Like,
his phone.
Are you required to be licensed to be a school counselor?
I have a certificate.
Okay. That's probably in jeopardy because of this contact?
Probably.
Which tells me that there's something profoundly different about this contact or this relationship that you have with this student, that you're willing to put all that away and jeopardize all of that. Why her? Why are you risking everything for her?
I don't think it's just like, I think if you look at who I choose to invest in, like, I work this job with my heart on my sleeve all the time.
No, with an erection in your pants. Just fucking say that.
Stop it. Get some help.
You're not fooling anybody. I think it becomes... you know, the part to me that I see when they become sick is the part where they try to convince themselves that this is what they're doing. They're doing it for this reason. They try to make themselves believe that that's the case.
Okay.
And so, yeah, especially through the last couple months of this, year, like, I've maybe overstretched in my professional boundaries, but in a place of, like, I know what I'm doing is supporting kids. I thought having a familiar, comfortable face that she trusted to tell her that it was going to be okay was helpful.
Okay. Because I'm going to tell you exactly what this looks like, and exactly what it smells like, and I think exactly what it is. Okay?
Baloney.
This is grooming behavior. Okay? And as a counselor, I know damn good and well you know exactly what that is. Okay?
Soon after detectives arrived, the 15-year-old girl was transported to the hospital due to the threats she had made. She was then enrolled into a long-term psychiatric treatment facility, and according to...
That sucks, man. That sucks. Like, again, I'm not trying to deflect any blame off this 15-year-old because she played a part in doing what she's doing. Y'all could say he had full mind control of her, but at 15, you know, you have a good idea of like things you should be doing and things you shouldn't be doing. But I think it sucks that she has to end up in a psychiatric facility. They said long term. That's for somebody that age. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. That shit has effects on people for real. And to put somebody that young in that situation.
Police documents, she was extremely affected by what had transpired between her and Sam. She couldn't talk about it without having an emotional breakdown. However, she would eventually speak, revealing that the worst details are yet to come.
I'm going to be honest with you, up. Okay? You know that.
Yeah.
You crossed about every ethical boundary that exists.
Professionally, yeah.
Absolutely.
Morally.
I don't think it's for altruistic reasons, okay? I think that your relationship with this student in particular has crossed over from being a counselor-student relationship to a relationship between a man and a woman, okay?
I think at this point, I would like a lawyer.
You should have been said
To
that.
have this conversation.
Okay. That is your right.
After refusing to speak, Sam was eventually released and allowed to leave without charges. However, the investigation continued. Rachel, who had no idea where Sam had been or that he had been meeting a student, became an unlikely wealth of information.
The detective was essentially like, if you want to be done, you can be done. But if you want to see if you can get any information to help our case as well, and you're like, you know, willing to do that, then like, that would be great. And I was completely done before then, but it was kind of like I'm going to manipulate the manipulator a little bit to get information from him.
After talking with Sam, Rachel spoke with a detective.
I let him stay with me that night because I was worried about him. Did he make statements? Oh, yeah.
They were still together? Or this was... Because that's kind of crazy. You let him... No, because they're saying ex-wife. They're interviewing... If that's the case, why are you letting him stay with you? Because you're worried about him? He's meeting kids in the woods. You should have turned him away. You're not obligated to do that for him, especially if you're not married to him anymore.
Oh, yeah. That night he did? Yeah. There was something that night. And then reading the report.
How old is she?
Already, and I read it. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of like, wow, like, he did completely manipulate her, too. Being like, if this got out, I'd myself.
According to police documents, not only had Sam told the student his plan if they ever got caught, but there had been a time when he thought they'd been caught, and he almost attempted to carry out his plan. In her interview, Rachel
Yo, this guy's a fucking sick-ass loser, bro. That's... What the fuck? Bro. Yeah, dog. I'm sorry, bro. That's sick as fuck. But that girl could have easily spoke up to anybody at that time, bro. But that's fucking crazy. You're gonna sit there and say that you would hurt yourself, you would harm yourself if your relationship with this kid got out? You fucking weirdo.
Explains that earlier that year she and Sam had experienced problems and separated before reconciling. During the separation, they had dated other people and later discussed those relationships when they got back together.
He told me he had gone on a few dates with someone who was younger than me, but he had said that things had just gotten like romantic with someone around Valentine's Day.
What Rachel hadn't known at the time was that Sam had been referring to the student. Since her phone had been seized by police, they discovered that the 15-year-old had written messages to Sam in her Notes app. One message seems to confirm this date of Valentine's Day and reads, "I already had thought about us being each other's Valentines because we were super flirty. Then you started hinting to me that you might be getting me something, so I wrote that note and made you that bracelet. So I'm always with you. She goes on to say that never in a million years would I.
I need a fucking breather. Hold on. I'm sorry. This shit is sick. Can you imagine being her parents, bro? They knew about this guy. Just a month prior to that, the mom went down.
I think that this is what was going to happen. Based on the note, the student would have just turned 15 a month prior. Police also found a photo time-stamped February 14th, showing a heart-shaped box of chocolates, what appears to be marijuana, and 2 vape cartridges. It was revealed that Sam also bought her a pink sweatshirt, an anime keychain, a stuffed animal, a book, and a hair treatment. Sam also kept her vape pen in his office so she could use it at school and not get caught.
This dude is the worst type. This how you invest in your students?
Stop it. Get some help.
This how you invest in them, by getting them shit at, bro. I suggest everybody that has children. I don't have any children myself yet. But anybody that has children, you should seriously look into the people that they're around, even now. The people that you think you trust like that, coaches, maybe friends you grew up with, their teachers, whatever. You might want to just really take a look at it and see what's really there. Because everybody doesn't have the best intentions.
Later, he had told me that he had kissed someone on Valentine's Day.
The student eventually began speaking with a new counselor, who told detectives she and Sam would meet on the school campus and go into a closet. In fact, they had also met up at the same location where they were eventually caught on several other occasions.
Did he refer to her as girlfriend? Like after this all?
Yes. At points that like they were girlfriend and boyfriend. Like they had like done that.
The student had a contact in her phone named My Love with a red heart emoji. When selected, it opened Snapchat and started calling Sam Caffey. If this wasn't concerning enough, in one note intended for Sam, she wrote, I remember the way you would look at me and the way you grabbed my waist. I remember how you would hold my face and tell me how much you love.
All right, bro. Like, I don't want to read no more text messages. Can we just go, like, how does this, I don't want to fuck. I always support, love, whatever. Oh.
He told me that he had said that.
Though he hadn't cooperated previously, Sam eventually handed over his phone password, telling investigators it was the phrase, "What are you doing, kiddo?" In Sam's Snapchat data, they found a video he sent to the student where he filmed himself driving and saying, I love you, and yeah, I miss you. I think about you all the time. As horrifying as this was, it was only the...
No, wait, let me fucking keep reading this. Because he says, I really hope you don't stay at your dad's for long. And like, where are they gonna send you? Like, you get to have a moment and get upset. Like, you get to lose your shit. It doesn't mean you're crazy and you're not a danger to anyone else or yourself. You can hit yourself and it doesn't mean you're gonna kill yourself. This dude's fucking dog shit. I ain't gonna lie, he's fucking manipulating her on the Hall of Fame level right now. This is ridiculous.
Tip of the iceberg. Rachel reveals another twisted element, that Sam's pattern of behavior had started much earlier.
She gotta be younger.
I want to say that, like, I was a current student, Sam's first year. I think you already know that.
While they didn't interact when Rachel was a student, she explains that she had been 19 when they matched on Tinder, and he was 26.
At the school? Nah. What the fuck? Bro, this is a plot twist, bro. So she was one of the students too. She probably would. Okay, so let me just get the facts straight real quick.
Sam's first year. I think you already know that.
His first year, so that would have been when he was 22 because he's been there 7 years. She said they matched, or they say it matched when...
While they didn't interact when Rachel was a student, she...
Yeah, they didn't interact, sure. Sure they didn't interact. Bro, he planted that seed at that age. Cause what the fuck? And if she married him, she's goofy. Cause think about it. If they matched on Tinder when she was 19 and he's 26, she's already the ex-wife by the time he's 29. So within a 3-year span, they got engaged, married, and divorced. Nah, bro. This guy's a terror. I'm not even gonna lie. He's a terror.
Explains that she had been 19 when they matched on Tinder, and he was 26. She also shares that he'd already dated someone from her graduating class before meeting her.
And she still went with it.
I remember asking Sam if he had remembered me. And he said, obviously he did because he like looked me up. But he said that he did, and that he had liked the way that I looked at him, even though I'd only looked at him like twice.
In her EWU exclusive interview, Rachel reflects on why Sam had dated
Like she got Slender Man on the TV behind
her when she was 19.
My best friend, I think she put it really well one day when we were talking about it. And she said that I was probably just the acceptable version of what he wanted.
Did you ask him if there was ever anyone else? Other students?
Yes.
Though Sam had been caught acting inappropriately with one student already, she wasn't the first. Another student eventually came forward and shared that earlier that same year, when she was a freshman, Sam began calling her into his office to check on her. She said that by December or January, they were talking nonstop and had added each other on Discord and Instagram. This student reported that Sam would hug her, which she described as really awkward because it felt like a romantic hug since his arms were around her tightly and she could feel his hand on her lower back. He also bought her presents, such as earrings, a Nintendo DS, stickers, and snacks.
He had said there
God damn, he's splurging his fucking counselor salary on these kids too, bro.
was only one other student that he had said I love you to.
This first student said that Sam told her he loved her and asked, "Do you love me too?" She said she agreed, but didn't mean it in a romantical way. The student said it got progressively worse throughout the following weeks because Sam told her she was his dream girl and that he fantasized about her and saw a future with her. A couple days after her 15th birthday, she walked into his office and Sam told her 3 more years and that he would wait for her because he saw something in her. She said it just got so gross to the point where I didn't feel safe in the school anymore.
She should, bro, no, hold on. She got filed for truancy because she didn't talk. She didn't even go to school because of this guy. She was cutting school so much so that she got filed for truancy. If y'all don't know what that is, you're a truant. That means you missing from school. You're not going to school. When you're that age, then they send the police to come out looking for you and shit like that. Bro, that is bad. Yo, this guy is sick.
Got so gross to the point.
But you see how this girl at least was like rejecting and doing all this. Everybody's a little different. He waited until he could find a vulnerable little cub. And he ended up finding that shit.
Where I didn't feel safe in the school anymore.
They're actually, what we do know is the two girls are very similar.
Really?
Yeah, like the situation and the gifts and the dating and I love you. And that she's been extremely messed up too.
This student eventually left the school because she didn't feel safe or comfortable. Returning to the student that Sam had been caught with, there are a few final horrific details.
Then there was the statement of like, she told him she didn't want to, and he said it would be making love.
So
yeah, and so
that's so Sam.
The student revealed that she had sent Sam photos of herself and that he had actually been to her house on at least one occasion, possibly more. In one incident, they watched a movie in her bed and Sam performed.
They should have shot him. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, dog, there was no stopping this. There was no stopping this. There was literally no stop. He was in their home. And it said multiple occasions. Yo.
Performed inappropriate acts on her. Sam was charged with the assault of a child in the 3rd degree, and distributing a controlled substance to a minor. On June 2nd, he was arrested.
Go ahead and interlace your fingers and turn around, palms to the ground. Okay. Very much.
It was eventually revealed that the reason Sam had gone to see the 15-year-old student that day was because she was going to...
He doesn't look like a fucking counselor. He looks like a dipshit dropout jack-off. Like, how does he even get... Is his family work for the school or something? Is it like one of them small private schools or something in a small town? Is it a small town school? Because this dude looked like a jack-off.
...stay with her dad, and he came to give her, quote, one last kiss before you go.
Hey, Sam, so I'm not going to ask you any questions, okay? I just wanted to say something real quick, if that's okay with you. So listen, I know people make mistakes, right? Okay? This is not equaling a conviction right now, it's just probable cause, okay? I know people make mistakes. That being said, it's not the end of life, right? Okay? So if you could please do me a big favor and do everyone a big favor and take care of yourself and not do anything kind of silly and rash, because that's going to put a lot of pain on other people, and we don't need that, okay?
Sam later agreed to give a statement where he said that since being in jail, he has done a lot of introspective thinking.
No. Pookie and Ray Ray been doing a lot of introspective thinking. They putting Sam through the motherfucking ringer. They like, Sam, what you like, little girls, nigga? Yeah, you gonna be my little girl, nigga. That's how they doing them. Pookie and Ray Ray giving him some introspective. They put this shit fucking gaped right now. You know what they do to motherfuckers like that in there? Bro, no wonder he think that shit touching his brain. They fucking his ass to the gods.
He stated he abused his position as
wearing his ass out.
A high school counselor.
You like to ride motorcycles, nigga? Well, come ride this joystick. That's not funny.
Took advantage of his access to the students. However, he also said he wasn't a predator and never committed similar crimes with other students. Despite this, court records note that there is a chance there are possibly more victims.
We already went.
Sam Caffey pled guilty to the charge of assault of a child with an enhancement due to abuse of trust. His educator's certificate was permanently revoked. He was sentenced to 41 months in prison, must register as a...
41 months? Sorry, I'm a little slow. What's that, like close to... That's under 4 years? I told you I'm a little slow. Yeah, I think that's under 4 years. Well, that's like 3.5. Some shit like that.
Defender, and will be under a supervised probationary period of 19 months upon his release.
Yeah, I don't think he was sentenced for long enough, and I think he's out already on parole, from what I've heard or seen.
Sam Caffey no longer appears as currently incarcerated on the Department of Corrections website. We had to cut many details from this video for this platform. Watch our full videos as they were originally made, with no randomly muted words or...
Nah, this was good enough. This was as sick as we needed it to be. I don't think... Ewu, shout out to Ewu. They always do a good job at covering stuff like this, but I don't want to go see anything more raw than what we saw here. That was sick. This guy didn't get any real justice. There was no real justice served. They only gave him long enough so that the girl that he initially tried to get to would be old enough. Because now he's out and doing whatever, just like she said, on parole, bro. Hopefully, I don't know. This shit ain't never going to end. But just make sure y'all watching over the people that y'all care about, especially if it's y'all kids and shit like that, bro.